Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video banger. In today's video, we're going to go over some updated fundamentals. I'm also going to play some video clips via some panel discussions, proving to you all how early we are in this blockchain and cryptocurrency adoption cycle that we are currently living through, and that 110% for a fact, they are integrating cryptocurrency and digital assets into the core banking infrastructure. With that being said, if you all enjoy video breakdowns like this, do our platform a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. I know you all get tired of hearing it. I personally get tired of saying it, but it does help this channel grow and we do appreciate it. With that being said, let's set the tone for today's video breakdown. I'm going to share a video clip of a panel discussion labeled "The Future of Money" that took place just a couple of months ago. As of time of recording this video breakdown, according to YouTube, it was only uploaded 2 months ago and only has 600 views. This should be an eye-opener to show you all the amount of information that you are tapped into via the stuff that we provide here at CYPRX, considering that there are over 8 billion people on this planet and over 500 million people invested in cryptocurrencies across the board. This just goes to show that not a lot of people are paying attention to the information that we are sharing here at CYPRX. Take a second and listen.
You really should, to understand how big and how fast growing the market is for blockchain technology. But their recent report as of December 2022, and I actually know what the updated number is, but there's 23,343 monthly active blockchain developers based on a growth model from 2017 to 2022. But this next part is really the most important fact. This number is projected to reach 1 million active monthly blockchain developers in 7 years. So if you think that you're coming into this late, you're not. We're going to have essentially a 77-time growth rate over the next 7 years. And here you are at the beginning, literally at the beginning.
So as you all heard that gentleman say, you are early. We are not late to this adoption curve. And again, in today's video breakdown via physical evidence, I'm going to show you all that that is 110% true. Now here you guys can see this video uploaded 2 months ago on May the 2nd, 2024, labeled "The Future of Money, Governance and Law 2024. This only has 613 views. So now you all, obviously, of course, this video is probably only going to get 2,000-3,000 views, are a couple of the hundreds of people that actually know how early we are. Now, let me show you all some physical proof. So this is an updated document from around the same time period, AAA, the State of Global Cryptocurrency Ownership in 2024, a document from May 2024. Shout out to the CYPRX researchers for providing this one. Now, if we scroll right down here, this overall is a really great read, giving you all some updated statistics surrounding cryptocurrencies, trends, and the adoption curve. But as you all can see right here, the global population that owns crypto, ladies and gentlemen, is only 6.8%. Are you kidding me? This amounts to 562 million people. So for those individuals out there that cannot come to cahoots with understanding how early we are in this adoption curve, you gotta wake up. Imagine when this number hits 20 or 30%, or heck, even when this number hits 15%. There is so much room for upside potential in this digital asset landscape. Do not get shaken out. So I just wanted to bring this to everybody's attention, considering the most recent market downturn, fear, uncertainty, and doubt that we have seen over the past consecutive couple of months, i.e. May and June, given the most recent market downturn. Stay hopeful, stay forward-looking, keep looking into projects that are developing, making massive partnerships and breakthroughs in the digital asset landscape. And in today's video breakdown, I'm going to show you one of those organizations, i.e. Definity and the digital asset ICP, that is continuing to meet massive partnerships, establish massive networkings, and build out, again, the infrastructure that I firmly believe is going to come into fruition over the next couple of years. It is coming into fruition now, but a digital asset that is going to perform extremely well in the next bull market cycle, the utility cycle that we are all waiting for. None of this is financial advice. Here you all can see July 3rd, 2024. Again, an organization, Definity, and a digital asset ICP that is doing numbers and making massive strides even in the most recent market downturn. This is the stuff that you want to be paying attention to. United Nations ICP launches digital credential pilot in Cambodia. Now, we're going to get into some panel discussions of the CEO of Definity, Dominic. I want you all to really listen and pay attention to detail via some of the things that he has mentioned in previous videos comparatively to what this fundamental piece says. So this was actually updated. The UNDP selects Cambodia for blockchain digital credential system pilot. Now let's read and dive into this. I won't bore you guys to death. Cambodia has been selected to pilot a new blockchain-based fintech platform entitled Universal Trusted Credentials, or the UTC, a digital credentialing system based on the Internet Computer Protocol, or ICP, blockchain technology developed by International Development Organization and various partners worldwide, said a recent statement from the United Nations Development Program, or the UNDP. Now, the aim of the technology is to create a more secure and accessible digital credentialing system that will drive sustainable development and economic growth, according to the representatives of the project. Now, this interesting part right here is it goes on to say, the framework is said to facilitate a more cost-efficient, cost-effective, higher level of financing and financial services, particularly benefiting micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, a sector of the economy that often faces restricted access to financing or heightened collateral requirements due to lack of verified data. So I highlighted in purple financial and financing services. Take a second and listen to a panel discussion from just a few months back that Dominic, i.e. the CEO of Definity, was on, where he went on to talk about how ICP is specifically designed for building out financial rails. Take a second and listen.
Hello everyone, I'm Dominic Williams. I'm the President and Chief Scientist of the Definity Foundation. Definity is the main contributor of technology that powers the Internet Computer. The Internet Computer is a public network that in some senses is a blockchain, but it has very different properties. It acts as a kind of cloud in cyberspace, which means that you can build pretty much anything using something called canister smart contract software that runs without firewalls. You don't need cybersecurity protection. It's hack-proof and it's unstoppable. And you can also create autonomous code that isn't owned by a person or a company and can be controlled by a governance system, which makes it very suitable for creating for example, systems that are shared by a consortium, or global financial rails, that kind of thing, or global financial rails, that kind of thing.
Now, so many individuals in the digital asset space, especially Bitcoin maxis, think that Bitcoin or even Ethereum are going to be the digital asset or the platform in which these new financial payment rails are going to be built on. However, that is the farthest thing from the truth. So here is an individual representative from a most recent panel discussion on the 0 Point Forum going on to talk about this specific topic. Take a second and listen.
And the extent of technology today to be able to help scale Matthias and Jürgen in their efforts.
Yeah, I think we heard scalability is definitely an important aspect. And if you look at traditional blockchain projects, say Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc., they're well known, but they face issue with respect to scalability, transaction speed, or the abilities to store data on it. So I think they're not powerful enough to really support infrastructure, for example, that will allow clearing on it. So I think they're not powerful enough to really support infrastructure, for example, that will allow clearing. Now, that has led them to a new generation of blockchain projects, including the Internet Computer, which really focus on speed and scalability. And just to give you a number, if you would like to store 1 gigabyte of data on Ethereum, that costs you probably more than $10 million on Ethereum. But if you want to do the same on the Internet Computer, you have to pay $5 a year. So that shows already that there's quite an advance, I would say, in achieving throughput and storage.
So that was a representative from ICP going on to talk about how Bitcoin and Ethereum are not scalable, they're not fast, they're not efficient enough or low cost enough to handle financial transactions. Now, consider what Dominic said and consider the partnerships here, where it literally talks about how this framework is set to build higher levels of financing and financial services. Take that into consideration, how ICP is again partnered with the UNDP for this specific project. Now, What I find interesting is on that same exact 0 Point forum where the individual representative from ICP was pretty much talking down on Bitcoin and Ethereum for building out financial services and mentioned how ICP is capable of handling such transactions in scale. On the same panel discussion, an individual representative from BX Digital went on to confirm that they are for a fact integrating cryptocurrency into the core banking infrastructure. Take a second and listen.
So Matthias, from your perspective, how is it looking like for the traditional financial systems to be able to build this new infrastructure and integrate it well with the traditional setups?
The question addressed to me, yeah, Taurus, of course, has an important part to play as well there. Yeah, on the side of the banks, as we are quite fortunate, as I mentioned, many of the traditional banks are now already adopted cryptocurrencies into their core banking systems.
So regardless if price action reflects these developments or not, you need to take into consideration, number one, how early we are, and for a fact, they are 110% building out a new financial system, regardless if you choose to participate or not. Take that into consideration when you're doing your research and invest wisely. The UN Assistant Secretary General and Director of the UNDP's Bureau of Policy and Program Support, Marcos Neto, stated that by harnessing cutting-edge technology, we can create a more secure and accessible digital credentialing system that will drive sustainable development and economic growth. According to Dominic Williams, the founder of Definity Foundation, by using the Internet Computer Blockchain technology, the UTC initiative will benefit from over 1,000 person years of research and development supported by leading cryptographers and experts in digital identity. The roundtable forum was scheduled as part of the Point Zero Forum, i.e. some representatives from the panel discussion that I just showed you, a 3-day financial technology forum hosted in Zurich, Switzerland from July 1st through the 3rd. So this is all updated and recent information. So with all of this information in mind, considering the amount of individuals that actually hold digital assets in the entire world, and considering these ongoing developments showing you all that ICP is making massive connections, I want to play some video clips of some previous panel discussions that Dominic Williams has been on, going on to talk about some of the features and benefits of ICP. With that being said, I will play those video clips for you all. Do us a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe before you head off. Again, none of this is financial advice. I'm not telling you all to go out there and buy the digital asset ICP, but what I am asking that you all do when you head off of this platform is you take it upon yourself to dive a little bit deeper and do more research. As always, many blessings to you guys. Be cognizant, be aware out there, and I will see you all in the next video breakdown. Let's listen to what Dominic Williams has to say about ICP.
Clever tech. And today it's actually the world's highest usage blockchain. Perhaps not in terms of things like TVL, but the current focus tends to be on running Web3. Today I looked at it, it's doing about 250,000 Ethereum equivalent transactions a second. 250,000 Ethereum equivalent transactions a second. It's an absolutely stunning number. So you can understand the internet computer in the context of the evolution of crypto. The openness of the internet and the permissionless nature of the internet meant that it provided a free market. And that's why we got all this incredible economic growth and innovation and social freedoms. So I think the world computer that's being created by this technology should be seen within the same context. And in some ways we see an equivalence between the internet and information superhighway, world computer and Amazon Web Services. Between the internet and information superhighway, world computer and Amazon Web Services. Well ahead, the internet computer ecosystem is well ahead with respect to Web3. There's no other blockchain on Earth that can actually host a Web3 service on the blockchain, right? It's the only public platform that can do it. Last thing to mention, I think AI is going to be absolutely huge. You can't really separate AI and computation. It's going to be at the heart of absolutely everything. I mean, some people say by 2030 it'll 4x the productivity of knowledge workers and boost global productivity by sort of $200 trillion. So in the future, AI models are going to analyze all of our data, and they're going to generate, for example, all of our metaverse content. Internet computers, so that hopefully within a few months we'll see it hosting large language models.
On-chain seems to be the running narrative for this bull run, and since ICP is one of the leaders, if not the leader in on-chain, what do you think are the benefits of hosting everything on-chain as opposed to using legacy solutions like Amazon Web Services and Google Cloud and so on?
Yeah, well, look, firstly, blockchain remains a place or an industry that's very much run by narratives and memes. And, there's a lot of people, for example, talking about the blockchain for AI or the token for AI. And I think, people out there get confused. That doesn't mean they're actually running AI as smart contracts, right? And similarly, being on-chain is a new kind of thing. But as far as we're aware, at least today, internet computer smart contracts are the only ones that, for example, benefit from the reverse gas model, so they can pay for their own computation, that can process HTTP to serve the user experience. We're not aware yet of any other third-generation blockchains or blockchains that can really fairly lay claim to providing that kind of functionality. Well, look, so first of all, remember that, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors in blockchain, right? There's a lot of decentralization theater. So I haven't looked into the Solana on-chain demo, but look, what I can tell you is Solana can't store a phone photo, right?
Yeah.
So how on earth is it storing emails which might have PDF attachments and things like that? Doesn't make any sense. What they're probably doing is storing the hash of an email on chain or something like that. I'd imagine, right? Which is something very different to running, a communication system on chain. So, you also hear a lot about blockchains, running AI, right? Like, I'll go on a limb here and tell you that it's all nonsense, right? There's not a single blockchain in existence I'm aware of other than the internet computers running AI smart contracts.